Alright guys, if you like my videos, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Since childhood, Belle was markedly different from other girls. When her parents gave her a Lego set, she didn't build what was shown in the instructions, but instead constructed her own bank and began robbing it. Belle loved this game so much that she spent entire days doing it. As she grew older, she didn't forget her childhood pastime. On the contrary, she decided to bring it to life. Robbery was her calling, and she had no intention of working an honest job. Of course, her parents were against such behavior. After all, it was illegal. They wanted their daughter to study and follow the path that most people choose. They warned Belle that if she tried to rob anyone, she risked losing them forever. However, Belle didn't listen to them, and at the age of 18, decided to leave the family. At first, she robbed stores, and it was easy for her. Belle accumulated a pile of money and bought herself a rifle that fired electric charges. With its help, she moved to a new level, robbing banks. Of course, it was much more difficult, but there was much more money. She used her rifle to stun the guards, after which she easily entered the bank and took the loot. But once she failed to stun one of the guards, engaging in a fight with him, she defeated him, but he managed to knock out several of her teeth. However, this did not stop Belle, and she continued her career as a robber. Moreover, she had enough stolen gold to replace her teeth with pure gold ones. Over time, she became known throughout Europe, and robbing became increasingly difficult. Finally, during her last heist, everything went wrong. It was her first failure. The police threw all their resources into her arrest. She managed to escape them by the skin of her teeth, but lost her right hand. In its place, she acquired the best mechanical gold prosthetic. Belle was ready to continue her life, but her notoriety ruined all her plans. Every passerby knew about Belle and could easily recognize her. It was a difficult time for the girl. After spending all her savings on a gold prosthetic, she was now broke and unemployed. She realized that she needed to do something to survive, but didn't know what. The girl was in distress and didn't know how to solve her financial problems until she heard about the bank at the Brawl Stars arena, where brawlers could keep their money safe. She became interested in this place because nobody knew her on the arena and paid no attention to her. Belle decided that it was a perfect place to rob the bank, but she knew it would be very challenging. She found out that many brawlers had already started to keep their money in the arena bank because of the mass bank robberies in Europe. However, some brawlers still didn't trust the arena bank, including Tara and Edgar. Belle decided to take advantage of this and invited them to join her gang. She promised them a share of the loot for their help. She knew it was risky, but she was confident that she could execute her plan. Bingo! Belle thought, pleased with her resourcefulness. To lure Tara and Edgar to her side, Belle went to the Brawl Stars arena. She knew she shouldn't stand out, so she hid her rifle and started looking for brawlers. However, finding them proved difficult, and Belle decided to explore the bank building and its surroundings. When she reached the entrance, she saw Sheriff Ruffs. The organizers made him the sheriff and assigned him to guard the bank. Belle didn't want him to notice her and wanted to hide, but the sheriff stopped her and told her to come with him. The girl couldn't allow her plan to fail, so she pushed the sheriff away and ran. Belle ran through the arena, trying to evade the sheriff when suddenly Edgar appeared in front of her. He stopped her and asked what a beautiful lady was doing on his arena. Belle immediately recognized Edgar and knew he was a brawler who thought he was cooler than everyone else. Therefore, she boldly said that she had a very generous offer for him.
Well, no dear. Something's not right here.
Edgar replied and suggested she follow him. Suddenly, the sheriff ran up to them and was pleased to see Belle lying on the ground. Edgar asked the sheriff what they were going to do with her. The sheriff decided to interrogate her and find out what she was doing near the bank arena. Belle replied that she was just a lost fan who had snuck into the arena to take a picture with her idol. Although Sheriff Ruffs didn't quite believe her, he asked who this brawler was that was her idol. Belle replied that it was Edgar. The sheriff was surprised and asked why she hadn't said so earlier. Although Ruffs didn't know what to do with Belle, he had no grounds to detain her, so he left her with Edgar and went to do his job.
And what? I have to deal with you now.
Edgar asked irritably.
Why do I need this?
He added. Belle said she wanted to talk to Edgar and Tara, and she had a generous offer for them. So they went to Tara's home. The brawlers didn't understand anything, but Belle explained that all the brawlers, except Tara and Edgar, trust the arena bank and keep their money there. She insisted it was unfair that Tara and Edgar didn't make as much money as the legendary brawlers, that there is an opportunity to restore justice by robbing the bank together with Belle and live the rest of their lives in luxury, away from the arena.
What are you trying to make us do? We're not going to rob our friends.
Tara and Edgar protested. Belle replied that with the millions they would earn, they could provide themselves with the most luxurious life, as practically all the brawlers keep their money in this bank. If they help her, she will easily pull off this robbery. Tara liked the idea, and she convinced Edgar that not all brawlers were his friends. She insisted that after the robbery, Edgar could escape with his beloved Colette and start a new life full of happiness. A happy life with Colette? I'd like to fly with her to Bali and spend the rest of my life there.
All right, I'm in. What's the plan?
After thinking for a moment, Edgar agreed to participate. Well then, Edgar, Tara, Belle, the whole trio is together. Belle dubbed them the Goldarm Gang and declared it would be the heist of the century. Hey folks, hope you enjoyed our animated story today. Did you see how Belle, Tara, and Edgar schemed their plan? But can they pull it off? Or will Sheriff Ruffs stop them in their tracks? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. What's in store for our main characters in the next episode? Will they boldly move forward or face new challenges? Share your guesses and predictions in the comments. Don't miss the next installment to find out how this thrilling story unfolds. We'll be waiting for your comments as we keep track of our heroes' fate together. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss the continuation of Belle, Tara, and Edgar's adventures. Catch you in the comments, folks.